Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Sanity stream with Lucius Cole, the place where you go to gain a little bit of your sanity back in what has become a crack-induced coma known as U.S. American politics. If you like this type of content, go down below, like, subscribe, share, and of course, leave a comment if you think I deserve it. The Cole Factory and the Cole Train hitting almost 500 Patriot strong, thanks to people like you watching content like this. With that said, let's get straight into the show, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely disgusting behavior by these white woke liberals. I mean, truly, they say they care about black lives, and yet if you don't go along with the Democratic plantation, prepare to not only be depersoned, but I guess decolored. Joe Biden himself stating, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. So they only care about your blackness, they only care about your life as so much as you can serve them. The moment that you don't serve them, you don't follow their dogma, you don't follow their rhetoric, you are no longer black. And it truly is. It's criminal. It's disgusting the way that these people look at people. Instead of looking people as an individual, it doesn't matter what your skin color it is. It matters about the content of your character. No. Screw all that Martin Luther King stuff. Let's use a collectivist mindset and simply say, oh, you're black and you must think this because you're black. And if you don't think this because you're black, well, then well, I guess you're not black. Anyway, take a look at the clip. It truly is. It really delves into the mindset of these lefties who have absolutely zero sense in how they want to control black people. Take a look.
You heard about my ex-boyfriend, right? 50 Cent and his support of Donald Trump.
Yeah, what's going on between you? I saw your tweets and I go, wait, what's happening? Because you said he was your favorite ex-boyfriend and then what does he do? He's supporting Trump?
He says he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes, which, by the way, isn't a plan of Joe Biden's. That's a lie. So he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes because he doesn't want to go from being 50 cent to 20 cent. And I had to remind him that he was a black person, so he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't.
You're a black person, and because you're a black person, you have to vote a certain way. Sounds a lot like something before in America that the Democrats used to do. What was that called? Oh yeah, slavery. Yeah, we don't care about you unless you think like us. We don't care about you unless you take all of our rhetoric and swallow it hook, line, and sinker. We don't care about you. We will deperson you and decolor you if you dare to take off and jump on to a different set of principles, a different set of morals, a different set of ideas. No. That's not for you. That's not for you. You know why? Because you're black. And because you're black, if you don't listen to us, then you're not black. I mean, it's obvious. Guys, it's so clear. So clear.
Be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's worried about his own personal pocketbook. So I haven't heard back from him yet, but I am willing to, seal the deal in more ways than one if he changes his mind and publicly denounces Donald Trump. I might be willing to go for another spin, if you know what I'm talking about.
So she's going to prostitute herself if he's willing to denounce Donald Trump. I mean, I guess, wow. I mean, that's all I got to say, right? I mean, not only is Chelsea Handler here going to say 50 Cent, hey, you're not actually black if you don't vote Democrat, but on top of that, the way I'm going to incentivize you is by prostituting myself to you. And for those who haven't seen, actually, I posted there was all of these actors and actresses going out there, talking about mail-in voting, right? She was actually one of the ones who decided to show her breasts, right? And she prostituted herself there. I got a nice little parody of it because it's just so absolutely obscene, the depths of depravity these people will go. And you probably have already seen what's going on with Hunter Biden. So it's very, very clear the type of mindset and the type of people and the willingness, the ends justify the means to these people. They truly are. They will literally prostitute themselves. No morals, no high ground, no sense of guiding principles. They will do everything in their power to guarantee a Joe Biden victory. And this is just disgusting on so many fronts. We're going to go into something a little bit more, let's just say between the lines, guys. We're going to be talking about something that I did a podcast before. I'll link it up here as well. It didn't get too many views, but I don't know if you saw the widespread, all out fighting, tanks exploding, drones being shot out of the air, anti-defense systems being destroyed. I mean, it was basically all out war between Armenia and Azerbaijan. And of course, this is something that Donald Trump never gets enough credit for. He is out there signing peace deals. Peace deals in the Middle East, something that I thought I would never see in my lifetime. They've been fighting for over 2,000 years, and yet here we are in the middle of the year 2020, and there are actually peace deals coming from the Middle East. From the same guy that all of these lefties said was going to be the next Hitler, that he was going to start a ton of new wars. He has been the biggest peacetime president in my lifetime. No new wars, pulling out of Afghanistan, pulling out of Iraq, and being very, very clear with why we're over there. He says the quiet part loudly. He says, hey, you know what? We're there for the oil. While Bush and Obama and Clinton always hiding behind a facade of, oh, we're just out there to push our own ideals, U.S. and American ideas and principles, and pushing it out to the Middle East. Using all this doublespeak when the reality is they were just there for the oil. Donald Trump will say the quiet part out loud. He'll actively call out the military-industrial complex, and this gets people in a fizz. Isn't this what you want from your president? You want someone who is transparent and open. He's actually saying it. He's saying, look, we're there for the oil. Take it or leave it. But you can't say, and we can all agree, hey, we shouldn't be there at all. But at least he is being honest about why we are there in the first place. With that said, I want to go into this joint statement. It's a little dry, but it's really quick. So, Armenia. The following text is following a joint statement that was released by the governments of the United States of America, the Republic of Armenia, and the Republic of Azerbaijan on October 25th, 2020. Armenian Foreign Minister Zorab Manastakayan and Azerbaijani Foreign Minister Ceyhun Bayramov met with Deputy Secretary of State Stefan E. Bigun on October 24th and reaffirmed their country's commitment to implement and abide by the humanitarian ceasefire agreed in Moscow on October 10th, which were reaffirmed in the statement issued from Paris on October 17th in accordance with the October 1st, 2020 joint statement of the United States President Donald J. Trump, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The humanitarian ceasefire will take effect at 8 a.m. local time on October 26. The United States facilitates intensive negotiations among the foreign ministries and the Minsk Group co-chairs to move Armenia and Azerbaijan closer to a peaceful resolution of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. I mean, this is the guy they said was going to be the next Hitler. That we are going to be in all of these foreign entanglements, all of these foreign wars, and yet here he is garnering peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan. It wasn't a Cold War, guys. I mean, if you check out that podcast that I linked, it was all out chaos, missiles being fired, tanks being exploded. I'm talking armed conflict, a hot war. And yet here, once again, the President of the United States stepping up when he is needed the most on a global scale and coming to a resolution between the two countries that enacts a ceasefire. Unbelievable. The guy is a workaholic. He truly is unbelievable. Next thing we're going to go into here, ladies and gentlemen, is truly mind-blowing. The media and big tech have been going out of their way to censor the Hunter Biden story and all of the allegations that have been coming out. A massive drop in terms of, critical pictures that are truly grotesque. As of filming this right now, there has not been anything linked to the little people, if you know what I'm talking about. But it really is, you have drugs, you have plenty of different women, and you have just some interesting things. There was a particular picture. I'm not going to link to any of this stuff. You can look it up on TheDonald.win. There's a huge thing that we're going to go over at the very end of this episode. But it actually shows a picture of him sending his junk to one of the young Biden girls. So we have some sort of incestuous relationship there, and it really is. It's depravity at the highest level. But what I want to highlight here is look at this from the Washington Post. This is perspective. Insisting that Hunter Biden laptop is fake is a trap. So is insisting that it's real. Are these pictures not real, guys? I mean, come on. Are these documents not real? It's very clear. Now we have another man who actually did a press conference the day before the debate saying that he was in on this deal. I mean, now you have a key witness corroborating the evidence that's being presented. And honestly, I'm not going to hold my breath, guys. I don't think Barr, in my personal opinion, I don't think Barr has the vested interests of the president. He was an acolyte of Bush. I don't like Bush. It's Bush and Clinton and all of their aides in the deep swamp in Washington right now. And we'll pray, but let's see. Take a look anyway. A close look at the evidence shows that neither Biden nor Trump have the facts on their side for now. Take a step back, and Russian interference of 2016 holds valuable lessons on what to do and what not to do in 2020. Anyway, we must treat the Hunter Biden leaks as if they were foreign intelligence operation, even if they probably aren't. So we are siding. Well, this is very similar to a civil suit, right? In a civil suit, you don't actually have to have 100% proof. You just need basically like a 51%. It's most likely that this would happen. And this is how the media often operates. It's not that they have 100% pure proof, the smoking gun or the blood on the hands. They truly are. The way they work is if it's 51% likely that this is true, they'll run the story, right? But they're doing the exact opposite. This is probably a 99% chance that all of these documents that are being dropped are 100% true. And by the way, if you haven't seen this video that I posted a couple days ago, you have to take a look at it. It is about Joe Biden being blackmailed by China and the CCP. This is one of the exact same organizations that are currently dropping all of the leaks coming from China right now. And what it's going to show you is that all of the stuff that's coming out about Hunter Biden was actually dropped over 3 weeks ago. Actually, as I'm filming this, over a month ago, before it actually hit in the United States. All of this information that's coming to light now, it was posted 3 weeks ago. So, I mean, it really is. It's crazy. It really is crazy. Take a look at that. But with that said, look at our media. Are you serious right now? You know this is real. And now you have big tech censoring the story, as well as the mainstream media, the corporate media entities, the multi-billion-dollar global entities that are backing these news stations. They don't even cover it. They refuse to cover it. And now you have a treasure trove of pictures of Hunter Biden, and yet they decide to push the agenda of Rudy Giuliani on Sacha Baron Cohen's movie, Borat? And push that like that's the real news of the day? It blows my mind that these lefties can't see that the corporate news, and I'm including Fox in this, guys. I'm including Fox in this, all right? All of them are bought and sold. Do not trust a single iota coming out of them right now. Find the sources yourself. Very similar to when WikiLeaks was dropped back in 2016. Go look at the source yourself. Stop going to these media pundits, these hacks that have big money behind them. It's all a game to them. They're playing both sides. They don't care about the average American. I do. I'm not bought and sold. I make $0 doing this. I do this because I love my country. And you're watching this because you love your country. It just boggles the mind. The mainstream media, I hate calling them the mainstream media. Let's just call they're a dying legacy media. They are if you're going to say anything, if you're going to say mainstream media, say every time you're talking to someone, I want you to make this a key. Always say corporate news media, not mainstream media. Stop saying mainstream media. It legitimizes them. It legitimizes the things that they say. The left wants to use words. We can too. We need to start creating narratives from the right. from the freedom fighters, from people who love liberty, who love this country. Corporate media. You don't even have to use the word news, just say corporate media. We have to win this war. It is going to be about not only breaking down all of the propaganda, the Soviet level propaganda, the massive censorship by these tech oligarchs, but on top of that, we have to create our own narratives. Tim Pool talks about this a lot. The right is always constantly the ones trying to change and break through the narrative that the left creates. We must create our own narrative. It is a corporate media machine. You're telling me, look at this, guys. Let's get some good news here, right? You're telling me that Donald Trump does not have the best chance at winning this election. I've been following Robert Barnes, guys. I've been following the People's Pundit. Two people I highly recommend you check out. They are tracking this. They are tracking it in real time. I think Donald Trump has a really good chance at winning this election. Don't listen to the polls. What I want you to look at is what's going on with Robert Barnes and the People's Pundit. Take it with a grain of salt, everything. Obviously, go out there and vote. It is absolutely critical that you take you, your friends, your family, your coworkers, everyone out to the polls because they are pushing real hard for this steal, especially with what's going on in Nevada right now. Especially, I don't think Trump's going to win Nevada either way, but what's going on in Nevada and what's going on in Pennsylvania. Two key states that they are pushing real hard for the steal, especially coming out of Philadelphia. With that said, look at us. Look at the supporters. Look at us and what we do for this president. You cannot say we are not going to win this. Take a look at this. USA, 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 USA. This is some big dick energy right here, guys. This is in Ohio. Go big or go home. I mean, damn, look at that sign. Do we not have the best supporters? Look how patriotic we are. We love this country. You will not see stuff like this for Biden, guys. This is some next level stuff. You gotta love it. You gotta love this. This is just unbelievable. Our supporters, Trump supporters, MAGA, patriots, call them whatever you want, freedom fighters. Bringing the love, we're bringing the justice, we're bringing the MAGA, we're bringing the CAG, we're bringing it all, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to win this election. We are not going to let them steal. We are going to drain the swamp, and we're going to make this country better than it has ever been before. I fully believe that. With that said, guys, we're going to end it here. I can't actually go into any of this, unfortunately, because of YouTube and everything else, and I don't want to have to flag this video as 18 plus. But take a look at it yourself. It is on the Donald. It's currently stickied, and I believe this is going to be stickied probably until the end of the election. I haven't hit mod status on the Donald. I would love that. For those of you who are on TheDonald.win, if you see that, if you're a mod, I would love to go out and try to prove myself. Obviously, I post videos every single day about how much I love this president. I'm fair. Obviously, I do have some gripes, right? Things like what happened in terms of the first spending bill. We do have to look at that. And I don't like the fact that he surrounds himself with a lot of these swamp monsters. I wish, just like his campaign, he brought in people from the outside, thinkers that don't have that establishment vibe to them. I wish he would bring Bannon back in. I wish he would take a lot of these Twitter people, like Cernovich and stuff like that, and bring them into the fold. Obviously, they all have their faults and et cetera, but we got to get out of this deep state hack mentality. These people are truly useless, and they are doing everything in their power to undermine him. Barr, Ray, Jim Jordan, people, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, people that you think are on our side, they're not on our side, guys. And out of that whole list, you're probably agreeing with me. I know a lot of people push back when I say Jim Jordan. Guys, Jim Jordan is getting money from Google. He had the chance to push to make sure that antitrust was actually being established and widening the laws so that Google couldn't have this giant power grab, and he did nothing. He's another Trey Gowdy. All talk, no action. I'm sick of those politicians. We need real liberty-minded people in there. But again, take a look at this, guys. There are giant leaks going on right now. You've probably seen a lot of the stuff. I'll link up here to a video that I posted with Rudy Giuliani when this stuff really started first coming out. But again, there's just all this stuff, guys, and I'm really hoping that the little people stuff start to come out, because I know a lot of people saying, hey, from the left, I'm voting for Joe. I'm voting for Joe. I'm not voting for Hunter. I'm voting for Joe. Look, I really think that this has a lot of swing. I really do. People want to protect children, and the lefties, all these teachers, the teacher unions and stuff like that, obviously they care a lot about money, but I really do. I think if you were to really break down a lot of these people, they care about children. And if there's even a slight connection to that type of stuff, I think it will pay dividends. A great question that people are often asked when they won't outright say that they're supporting Donald Trump, especially women. They'll say, hey, you know what? It kind of feels like when you're going to go into the voting box, you're just kind of, you're kind of just going to make your decision right there. Now, of course, everyone knows in our mind, a majority of America, I think they listed that only 6% of people were undecided. I think it's even lower than that. It might even be like 3 or 4%. But with that said, there are people that are currently decided for Joe that would switch to Trump if stuff like this continues to drop. And it really is. It's being poison dripped. And the only reason why it's being poison dripped is because of the massive censorship. I think to this very moment, the New York Post, that has been out for 200 years, founded by Alexander Hamilton, is still being blocked by Twitter. How the heck haven't the feds kicked in the doors of Twitter? I want to see action. And you know what? Cernovich actually had a great idea on this. Why doesn't he say, hey, look, I want all of Iran's leaders, all of their intel operations and officials, I want them off Twitter? The mainstream media is currently gaslighting that Iran is infringing on our elections, gives him a great reason to go in there. And when Twitter says no, you know what he does? He says, if you don't remove them in 5 minutes, you're going to see what happens. When they say no and they don't do it, or if they don't do it instantly, you just send the feds in, the true feds, the agents, not Christopher Wray, not all these highline people. I'm talking about the agents. You go in there, you kick in the doors, and you get the servers, and you get all of that information, and then you put Twitter in the courtroom, and you dismantle that company, and you destroy it. I don't care if Twitter's gone forever. I don't care. They have too much power. Get them out. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, destroy them. Google, destroy them all. I don't even care at this point. I don't care if it affects the economy. I really don't. I don't care. Because if we can't speak, if our First Amendment is under attack and people will do nothing, this channel's being throttled. I know that for a fact if I haven't been all out shadow banned at this point. On top of that, Twitter, nothing has any organic reach whatsoever. You see what's going on in the trending tab. It is all calculated. Nothing is organic. Nothing. You see what's going on in Facebook. They're outright banning people, if not demonetizing people. Anomaly has already been demonetized. The Babylon Bee got demonetized? Are you kidding me? A parody account? A parody. A literal parody. Demonetized. Blows my mind. There's tons of others. I could go on all day, honestly. All the people that have been demonetized, YouTube all out banned. And it was a huge problem. And the right did nothing. People like Ben Shapiro, people like Charlie Kirk. Anomaly was talking about this the other day. Where were they? Where were they? They're part of the authoritarian right. We took over your party. We took over your party because you were a dying breed. The neocons, the neolibs, the deep state, you were a dying breed. And we're here to take it back. So stand up, for the people. You might not agree with everything they say. People like Gavin McInnes, people like Milo, people like Laura Loomer, people like Nick Fuentes, people like the Red Elephants. I'm not all on board with the whole race thing, guys, but they make some good points on immigration. I'm not with the race stuff. I'm with the culture stuff. But they should have the right to say what they want. They should have the right to debate their ideas. And then maybe we can take those people and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't focus on race like the left does and focus on ideas and principles. And then those foundations, which you seem to care about so much, can actually be organically created. But no, the left and even people on the right would rather just all out ban those people. People like Stefan Molyneux. Can't talk about race, can't talk about IQ, can't talk about anything. And actually, I think I'm going to do a video on that pretty soon. It's probably going to take me a week to do, but I'm going to talk about it probably will end up getting banned itself, which would be really funny, but it would be like the top 10 most banned topics or something like that. The top 10 most banned ideas, the top 10 most banned whatever, right? With that said, we're going at the 26-minute mark. If you enjoyed this type of content, my name is Lucius Cole. I think I'm going to keep doing the Sanity stream probably about once or twice a week. I've been working on the smaller videos. I've been working a hell of a lot, trying to get these videos out every single day. I missed a day the other day. I really apologize for that for those who are some diehard people who are, kind of going on this journey with me, hopefully growing the Patriots, this movement. We are here to stay. I love you guys so much. Please make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment if you think I deserve it. Join the Cole Factory today. The Cole train hitting almost 500 Patriots strong thanks to people like you watching content like this. I'll see you in the next one, guys. I love you guys. Peace. Cole train. Choo choo!